The Wheel of Misfortune. What's that all about? I'm intrigued, are you? Let's go check it out. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, if it's your first time, welcome. All right, so let's take a poke around this place called the Three Kids Mine. I'm excited to see what this has to offer. The sights and the sounds. So stick around. We got some great stuff for you today. Recently in the news, they were doing a story here in Las Vegas about this three kids mine and how they're gonna, some developers have bought the land and they're gonna turn it into a community, housing community. But there's a lot of issues with it right now, as far as some really bad contaminants that are in the ground. So that's kind of causing a little bit of controversy. So we're gonna take a look and we're gonna poke around and see if this place is what it's all about. We'll give you a little bit of history too. So stand by, we're going to give you some sights and scenes. We're going to talk about this place called the Wheel of Misfortune. And we're also going to see if we can get down into the pit. There's a big 300-foot pit. We want to see if we can get into that. So hang out. Let's go. So this mine, I'm reading about this mine, it was actually built in 1917, and they operated until like 1961. There was actually 3 periods of time in which the mine was actively busy. That was during World War II, World War I, and the Korean War. That's how it kind of got the name, the Three Kids Mine, for the 3 periods of time in which this thing was in operation. Interesting place. Let's take a walk around. All right. I recommend if you come out here that you be careful. There's a lot of hazards just walking around. So I'm looking for this thing called the Wheel of Misfortune. They actually say that you can see it from the air, like when you're flying into Las Vegas airport on a clear day. It's in the flight path as the plane's landing. If you look down, you can see the old mine and the Wheel of Misfortune. So I'm excited about this Wheel of Misfortune. Are you? I gotta check it out. So anyway, so getting back to what I was talking about in the beginning here. So these land developers, they want to turn this into a housing area, but there's pushback in the community because they feel it's not safe. Now they've hired some government environmental agency to come out and do a survey and check on things and see if it's safe. So I'm sure it's going to be purely safe to live here once the right palms have been greased or the right money gets into the right hands. Then it's a go. But for right now, we're still in the beginning stages. All right, let's take a walk around here, see what else we got. Let me pan you around here to see what I'm looking at behind here. That is cool. All right, I think I have located the Wheel of Misfortune. Let's get down there and take a closer look at that. So you don't got to see it from the air. I'm going to show it to you right now. See, now what other channel is going to do that? It's going to bring you to these bizarre places. That's the beauty of YouTube, man. There's so much stuff out there. I'm actually surprised when I saw this story about this place. I was thinking, hey, I need to get out there before Wonderhussy gets out there. So if you haven't seen her videos, go check them out. She does all this crazy stuff, and she's a legend out here in the Nevada, California area. So check her stuff out, and I was hoping I'd maybe run into her. She's probably already done a video on this. What am I talking about? All right, so enough of me yammering. Let's go down to the Wheel of Misfortune. So hang tight. So they talk about this as like a graffiti artist like playground. So I don't know if you consider this stuff art. I'm going to let Anna talk about that in a few minutes. She's going to kind of give you her assessment. You know, she's the resident artist on the channel, so she'll let you know what she thinks.
This graffiti art is actually pretty awesome. Not all of it, of course, but just like everywhere else, you're not gonna get 100% of quality. Some of the pieces are actually amazing, like this shark piece behind me, and there's another one right behind me as well. Of course, these are not the greatest, but they can actually compete with some of the most famous street artists that you probably heard of, like Banksy, maybe Shepherd, and how about the Pink Lady?
I wonder if this jet ski came from the Salton Sea. If you saw that video, you know what I'm talking about. Check it out. So you can probably hear the plane in the air. So those folks actually in that plane could see this from the air. So they talk that there's a lot of lead and arsenic in the ground here, and that's part of the problem, getting this place cleaned up. And just kind of looking around here, you can see this is horrible. People just dump their trash here. It's going to take a long time to clean this up. It's spent a lot of money so far, the investors, to get this thing going. But I can tell you right now, there's a long way to go with this place. I mean, I wouldn't live here. I'm sure the kids will look perfectly fine in like 10 years from now. All right, let's keep going. So back in the day, like 1917, when this mine was kind of first getting going, Las Vegas only had a population of about 2,000 people. And believe it or not, they would extract the ore out of the mines here, and they would take it all the way up Fremont, which is known Fremont Street, to the train depot. So if you've ever been to Fremont Street, it looked a lot different back then. So anyway, so I believe here we've gotten the Wheel of Misfortune. We found it. So I know it was done in 2012 by some graffiti artist. I don't really know much about who did it. I just know that's how long it's been out here. And not really know what a lot of these symbols mean on the wheel. If you do know what any symbols mean on the wheel, if you've been out here before, if you've done any research, let me know in the comments below, because I was trying to find something. I couldn't find anything about it other than when it was done and what it's called, and that you can see from the air in the airplane. So, but if you know anything about it, comments below. And if you're liking the video, let me know. being that this area is controlled with the mountains and the surrounding area of these mines is controlled by the BLM, not that BLM, but the Bureau of Land Management, and they may have something to say about what happens to this land. I'm not really sure. So, but let's take one last look. I think we have just the pit to look at. It's a 300-foot pit deep, so stick around for that, and we're going to give you a look at that here in a second. 3 Kids Mine. I'm kind of liking it. If you've been watching this video and you're kind of looking at some of the structures and they look familiar to you, you're probably like, maybe I've seen this before. Where have I seen this place? Well, if you ever saw the movie Cherry 2000, I think it was late '87. It was a sci-fi movie with Melanie Griffith. This is where they filmed one of the scenes when they were out in the Forbidden Wasteland, so to speak. But yeah, I read that. That's kind of cool. And but who knows? Someday this will all be gone, maybe developed. I'm sure it will. Like I said, once the right money gets into the right hands, boom. Luxury community, baby. Okay, so hey, we are approaching the big pit. So I'm gonna swing my camera around so you guys can see this. Spectacular, man. You don't want to fall down in there. You could probably walk down there, but enough of me talking about it. Let me show it to you. I can see why they want to develop this land. I mean, look at the view of Las Vegas Valley. I mean, that's spectacular. So I can tell you right now, if they can get it cleaned up, and if they do it right, it should be great. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. But anyway, check that view out. Dude, I'm liking it here. All right, so that's all we have for you today here on Beers and Frontiers. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. But that's all we have for now. Cheers from Beers and Frontiers.